Alrighty, so here's a bit of a story time. More like a question. Is anyone here a wine enthusiast or knows a lot of wine? Because I just remembered this one little incident that happened a couple weeks ago. I think started, oh, May 4th. Yeah, it was. Well, I was at this event and I was a guest and there was complimentary food, there was a bar as well. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna get myself a drink, If it's free, it's me, you know? So I did. And I went, and apparently there's only I think beer and wine, like soda, water, of course. Um, that's only complimentary if you wanted like a Sex on the Beach or something, a certain cocktail, um, you would have to pay. So I was like, all right, I'll get a wine then. And so I was like, wine, please. And I did. And they asked me, I think they gave me like three options, and I forgot what was the name, but it sounded something like carbonara. It was something with a C, like Carbrera. I'm not sure. But if anyone knows, please let me know so I can stay away from that. Because I got it and I was like, they asked me, all right, can I have your ticket? And I was like, what ticket? And they're like, you need a ticket in order to get your free drink. And I was like, oh, I don't have a ticket, but I came here as a guest to this event and they told me there was going to be food and all this was complimentary. They're like, oh, you need a ticket to get a drink. And I was like, oh, and they're like amongst the other bartenders, they're like, oh, this person, this and that. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I didn't get one. And they're like, all right, well, are you going to pay for it? And when he said that in that tone, I was like, hold up a second. Like, this is supposed to be complimentary. Please, I'm already stressing out. I'm over here wasting your time. You pour this wine. Now I don't know what to do. And I was like, yeah, I guess so, I was just like, let's just pay for it. And so I paid for it. And then I was on my way to go find a seat with the other guest that was with me. Um, and we went and I tried my drink and it was so bitter. Have you ever drank something or eaten something, specifically drink, and like your mouth just automatically goes to a frown because it's just so not it? It just so isn't it. And I was like, no way, no way, no way. And so I got another sip. And no, it wasn't good. My mouth was so sad. I was so sad. I was like, I'm gonna cry. And I the other guest that was with me took a sip and they're like, oh yeah, this is it. But keep in mind, we don't drink alcohol too much. We're of age, so do not worry about that. But we're just, we've never been one to drink alcohol very often. Less wine, truly. And so I was like, maybe it's just I'm not used to it. And so I kept trying to get a sip, hoping that the next sip would be much better, but it wasn't. And so I was just so sad. I ended up dumping the rest because I was like, no, I can't make you drink this for me. Like, no, this is just no, I cannot. And then I bought a stuffed animal and it was cute and I was happy. But still, I was like, what is this wine? I was sad that I didn't get my meal. Oh, and then the person that I came as the guest of, as the plus one, I suppose you could say, they ended up meeting with me and they're like, oh, here, I got these drink tickets. And I was so mad because it was literally once I had sat down and taken a sip of that drink. And they're like, oh, by the way, this. I was like, we could have just met up with you earlier. My goodness. Yeah, so that happened. So if you know what kind of wine I am talking about, please, 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 please let me know because I want to stay away from that. Or if you have some wine recommendations, I would love to know because I have tried. That was a red wine, by the way, but I have tried different wines. Um, and a few of them have tasted, bitter, but this one was like the most bitter I've ever had, at least that I can recall. But I would like to enjoy wine, so if there is one you think is light enough or has more of a fruity bouquet because I do tend to like alcoholic drinks that are more fruity. Please let me know in the comments below. Please. Anyways, thank you for hearing my little rant. I like completely forgot about that little incident, but it upset me the entire time I was there at the event. But, we live and we learn. We live and we learn.